So around 4 months ago, I set up a dirted nano tank aquarium and I wasn't expecting that great results. But then after 1 month, the plants were growing in really nicely. The tank was looking insane, and any worries that I had that it wasn't going to work were just completely wrong. It was one of the best tanks I'd actually ever made. So now the tank's been set up for 4 months, it's just gone from strength to strength, and I'm really proud of it. When I look at it, you could almost assume that I knew what I was doing. Alright, I did know a little bit what I was doing, but it's completely overwhelmed me, and I think you'll agree it looks great. You see what I mean? Like, the tank's looking insane. It's just amazing. Now that's not me bragging or anything, like, because I'm pretty surprised myself. I haven't really done anything. It's just done its own thing, and that's how it's gone. Maybe I set it up perfectly, just the right amount of soil underneath the sand. You know, you can put too much soil underneath, you can put too little. I don't know, I guess I just absolutely nailed this one. Really pleased that I did though. But the tank has remained pretty much completely fishless for like 4 months now, obviously since I set it up. But I do have the perfect fish for it in an aquarium in my kitchen. So this little pea puffer has been living in this tank in our kitchen for over 6 months now, and you can see I've just broken it down because I think we can give him or her a better home in the aquarium in the studio. Now I did actually have 2 in here, but very soon after I put one of them in there it passed away. It had a really sort of skinny stomach, some sort of internal problem I think, but this guy down here, as I say, he's well over 6 months old and doing very well. So yeah, let's move him into the studio tank. Okay guys, he's in and seems to be doing really well. Now don't worry, I made sure that the temperature of the bowl he was in and the water temperature of this tank matched, which they do, which is great. Oh my goodness, he's so cute, isn't he? But there are shrimp in this tank. Now it shouldn't be an issue if that autofocus sorts itself out. It shouldn't be an issue because they're all large shrimp. Now any sort of babies that are in there, they might get picked off by him, but you know what, that's okay, all part of the great circle of life. But he is absolutely great and he loves bloodworms, so I feed him just a tiny little, I break off the smallest little bit of bloodworms and just put them in because they only need a couple of tiny little pieces and their bellies are already full. Now in my opinion, pea puffers can be really enjoyable, but if you're expecting an action-packed sort of fish, then probably not really going to be the one for you. To start with in new setups, they can be quite shy and you might not see them for a few days, but eventually they sort of get a little bit braver and they start coming out a little bit more, and then eventually they'll know you and they know that you feed them. They'll know the actions you do, like, you know, using your tweezers just to put in a few bloodworms, and then they can become really rewarding for such a small tiny little thing. Click subscribe. Okay, so obviously he's not munching away on that food at the moment, but the best thing about keeping puffers with like adult or larger shrimp, so a NANO shrimp as well will work really well, is that they'll pick off any of the food that the puffers don't eat, which is awesome because you don't want that polluting the tank. But it takes time because obviously normally he eats as soon as I put bloodworms in and actually loves the bloodworms, but in this case obviously that didn't happen. It's a new environment, let's give him time to settle in, but he'll just get used to that happening and eventually he'll just come and eat it out of the pincers, so all good. But one really good thing is that there is an abundance of baby snails in this tank, which, you know, he hasn't had for a while. So I'm saying he, I don't know if it's a he or she, but he's going to have a field day with all that food to choose from. So even if he doesn't eat the bloodworms, he's got loads of options.